Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this one. Night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The Spurs happy to be returning to San Antonio after the road trip. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year. Home court advantage played a part in last year's season series. Each team took their home game in a 1-1 split.
And both of these sides were fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot and split their season series at 1 apiece.
Hey, Brent, tonight, 2 strong reserve units. As a player, what are some of the advantages of coming off the bench and playing?
I think, Kevin, if you think about coming off the bench and mentally you're into the game, you'll understand the rhythm of when you check in and where you might be able to take advantage of what they're doing defensively, some of their offensive schemes. You might have seen the sets, so it's important to pay attention while you're on the bench and then come in and impact the game in a positive way.
You can get in the flow of the game without even playing.
Sometimes, and then you also get to play against another team's bench, which can sometimes help you find your rhythm a lot quicker than going up against the starter.
Good point. And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That's his first foul. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Another shot. And Bamba with the lay-in.
Yeah, and this is something Bamba does so well. Unbelievable recognition and timing to come up with offensive rebounds. And giving up a lot of inches, he was still, though, determined to make the play.
Yeah, this is the time you can use that word, tenacity. Some guys wouldn't even try that shot, but he goes in there undeterred.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You can see the timing there.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, that's a nice toss up there, so you got to like the timing. But, of course, that's Giannis. He's going to grab anything.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
This is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already. If at all possible, make someone else beat you.
Back to Holiday. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Brent, when you won your first championship back in 2005, you were inserted into the starting lineup in the playoffs against the Nuggets. What did that feel like?
Well, that was a lot of fun. I joked around a lot about I was replacing Manu in the starting lineup. It was very exciting to have that opportunity, and obviously that team that year going on to do great things. The goal we set out to do was win the championship. Mission accomplished.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 8 points for him. It's deflected. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Over Green. Hits the front of the rim and out. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. And that one drops for him. 10 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, that was delicate there from Giannis. I like that floater because that becomes unblockable given the massive length.
Inside. It's stolen by Green. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. Stolen by Harden. Here's Favors. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you beat up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations.
And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
And the dunk by Bamba.
And that 7'9" wingspan on full display there. Bamba swooping in with authority.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I don't think you're stopping Giannis on a drive like that. He just takes off and one stride gets by everybody.
To the middle. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Lost to Holiday. Now, here is Harden. Down low. Here's Pirtle. Kicks it out to Harden. Stolen by Bamba. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That's foul number 2 for him. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. San Antonio again turning it over. The Pistons making a change here. Pistons trail by 5. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not usually what we see from him. 3 turnovers already in the game.
Here's San Antonio now. Here's Antetokounmpo. And that one drops. Antetokounmpo's got 18 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Pirtle. Back to Lynn. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last 2 possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
San Antonio leading by 7. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. And the dunk by Bamba.
Giannis, if you talk about maturity, the next thing you're going to see is him playing with great patience. Let the play unfold and then take what the defense gives you.
Back to Pirtle. Harden. Young with the steal. Here's Bamba. And the dunk by Bamba.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Spurs lead by 11. Let's take a quick break now. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Spurs here, guys.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Well, that's a quick way to build the lead. But, Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
Cephalosha misses.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there. It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Yep, it counts.
And Lynn plays with a real edge. When he's driving inside, he looks determined to beat everyone to the basket.
Hey, Brent, you look at how Kyle O'Quinn got to this point, mostly hard work and proving people wrong.
Yeah, just one Division I scholarship offer out of high school. Ended up being a second-round pick and an unsung player who does a lot of things for you on the inside, plays with tremendous passion. And if I've heard correctly, he is the comedian in the locker room. So what else could you want, Kevin, besides some levity?
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
Well, they certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. D.A., thank you. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pass to Sefolosha. And the three ball is good. Sefolosha's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Well, if you're going to give Sefolosha that much room, you know he's got a great chance of taking and making it.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Stolen by O'Quinn. And it's Lin with the rebound.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but, man, that's an easy shot.
Harden. Robinson with the block.
They got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And, Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Pass to Okafor. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Man, he's missing those kind of good looks. His team is in some serious trouble.
Here's O'Quinn. Brent, we've got great dunkers now, but you played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's the money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top. MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
And that'll make a pair of turnovers for him in just the last few minutes. So he's got to be a little bit more deliberate with the ball out there.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first two shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Hill drives in. To the middle. And Robinson throws it down.
George Hill recognizing when his man was open, an effective pass that time.
And here's Harden for three. Detroit, no good that time either.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Putting on a clinic this quarter. I mean, what a tremendous outburst scoring-wise.
Enjoyed that unselfish play from Holiday for that swing pass to the open teammate.
And here is Hill. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. O'Quinn can't hit. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 17-point game. They can look forward to the Quicken Loans Arena after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Shot clock at 5. And stolen by Cram. And finished off by Robinson.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Pass to Gay. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And the Spurs lead by 21. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
76% from the line a season ago.
It's interesting as Giannis has grown in this league. The Greek Freak we know is so versatile, just competing to be one of the best players in the business.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be. It's a little lazy about what it could be.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
And so it's San Antonio, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back right after this. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And the Pistons with possession here. Here's Ntilikina. Pass to Harden. Green with the block.
It's not talked about often enough, but Green averages more blocks per game than almost all other backcourt players.
Nice shot there by Bamba. Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players but former players on his team. The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in.
You know, the comparisons to Rudy Gobert are understandable. Bamba's insane reach really helps on both ends of the court.
Gay right side. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Gay's got 5.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass? And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
So many highlights of Rudy Gay early on, challenging defenders at the rim. Another one there on the alley-oop.
In the corner, Randolph with it. Pass to Lynn. 6 to shoot. Now Harris. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And Harden with the stuff.
Just continuing to develop an overall game that was evident coming into the league. Gary Harris getting better at spotting the open man.
Here's Young. Defended by Lynn. Back to Antetokounmpo. And it's Lynn with the rebound.
A highlight reel play all the way. Just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
Pass to Harden. Over onto Antetokounmpo.
I think it's natural to tense up when Giannis is in the area, especially as a shooter.
To the paint. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And the dunk by Bamba.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
Here's Harden. And that one goes long.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Quinn in the post. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Robinson.
Quinn with some good attention to detail there. He noticed that one of his guys was uncovered, and he's a good passing big.
Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 9 points here in the second half.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Cephalosha has the open look. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
With today's superstars often joining forces, Brent, we hear some retired legends saying they wanted to beat their rivals, not join their rivals. What do you think?
I saw a lot of joining going on from some of the guys who make those comments, Kevin. So that sort of stuff just eludes me as to where it's coming from. This league has always been dominated by teams that have at least two, if not 3 upper echelon
superstar
players that end up winning titles. So it's happening now. It happened then. It will continue to happen.
Pass to O'Quinn. Another one falls for San Antonio.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Harden outside. It's good. Harden's got 13 points now in the quarter.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's the Pistons now. Outside, Lynn. .110 left in the third. Harden, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Now here is Hill. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Harden. The basket good off the assist from Lynn.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
Here's Harden. The shot, no good. So the Spurs will take it the other way. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his 5th foul. Pass to O'Quinn. High post try. He gets that one.
Well, can't allow O'Quinn to get a little bit of breathing room from the mid-range. He can knock those down.
And here's Harden. Crabbe pulls it in. Here's Cephalosha. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. And here's Harden for 3. And so it's San Antonio, having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. From the field, they... And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Now Hill. Pass to Crabbe. Corner shot. Good as the jump shot falls. Crabbe's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Spurs. And the basket by Harden.
That play happens because of the solid pass from Holiday.
Over Crabbe. Harden, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
To the inside. Robinson. The kick out to Hill. That 3 off the mark. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. Pass to Harden. Goes back up. And he gets the whistle. Two free throws coming up.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
He's off on the first.
Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
And he sinks the second.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Holiday left side. Back to Harden. And another shot. Here's Plumlee. Kicks it out to Harden. The offensive rebound. Over Crabbe. Pass to Harden. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Harden's got 38 points. Here's O'Quinn. San Antonio again missing.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Tearaway warm-ups have long been a feature of the NBA. But last season, the new tearaway jerseys, they just kept ripping apart.
The old uniform malfunction, Kevin, last year. Yeah, maybe.
You even had a couple malfunctions, and that was odd.
Well, the tie? Bad tie?
Yeah.
I always have bad ties.
You know,
I think they're looking back at the material choices for what they're doing, so maybe there'll be some subtle changes into this year. But it was interesting. In the early part of last year, a lot of guys with a finger underneath the arm and pulling away a jersey and ripped away. So maybe the supplier will do something about the fabric this year.
Pass to Plumlee. Kicks it out to Harden. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Plays it up and banks it in. Harden's got 40 points.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level. You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Yeah, he's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
Outside, Lynn. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
And the dunk by Bamba.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Do you think it seems like young players are more receptive to stints in the G League than they were in the past?
I feel that way.
Seems that way, yeah.
Like the stigma of what was used to be the D League, and maybe it was because those were the grades that I had, that you felt a little weird about it. But now that it's the G League, and now that, like we talked about, almost half the players last year had some kind of touch with the G League, I think that stigma has mostly gone away.
Are you saying you were a G student?
Well, when I gave my mom my report card, she said, gee, you got 4 A's.
Here's Lynn. Got a piece of it.
The main thing you get with Bamba, imposing defender, shot blocker, alters everything in the paint.
The offensive rebound. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter. Down low. And the dunk by Bamba.
Just throw it up there. I mean, Bamba, as long as you time the pass right, he's going to flush that one down.
And they go to the intentional foul.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
San Antonio making a switch here. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
You think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table. That's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you. In transition, he's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals.
Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Out to the right wing. To the paint. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
And that one falls for Favors. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And San Antonio has possession. Antetokounmpo with the ball. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme